In the currency quadrant, it was a quiet day in general. The pound was up a little bit. Most everything was near unchanged, and the euro not immune to that. The G20 began today and the quarter ended today, and there's not really a lot of impetus to put on any sort of long-term positions, either in the hedging realm or in the speculative realm in the FX markets. But having said that, it's been very interesting the way the euro has traded over the quarter. It was a very strong month for the euro. June was up 1.3% against the US dollar, therefore the futures were up 1.3%. And we finished the quarter in the euro up 0.5%. But if you look at it on a monthly chart, the euro is actually down 2 of the last 3 months, actually 4 of the last 5 months. But the positive quarter was all made up for in the move in June, as initially the ECB turned a little bit more hawkish than the rest of the central banks in their last meeting on rates. But then at their forum that they had about a week ago, they turned a little bit more dovish. We took a little bit of that back, but the dollar definitely was the story here. And inflation in the dollar is part of what's going on in the euro. EU inflation data came out today, along with another reading of US inflation, and the EU inflation was slightly higher. It was slightly better in terms of performance versus expectation than US inflation was, beating its expectations by 1/10 on their CPI figure, while the US core PCE came in basically on expectations on both the core and the headline. So in that metric, EU outperformed a little bit on the inflation, giving the euro again a little bit of a push higher, but it finished the day unchanged as the Fed collapses the US dollar as they pivot from what was a tightening stance to an easing stance. So the relationship with the dollar index, as the euro is the largest component of the opposite side of the dollar in the dollar index, pushed the euro itself a little bit higher, again finishing the quarter up 0.5%.